You tune in to me, you watching Gully TV. Y'all know I keep my ear and my eyes deep into the underground. Got two special guests tonight from Buffalo. Buffalo stay in the building. That whole little corridor up there, Interstate 90, y'all stay burning it down through here. What's going on, man? Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
You know what it is, man. It's your boy YNX, representing Buffalo, New York, man. You know what it is.
It's your boy Khai Ali, Mount Vernon native, also repping Buffalo, New York. It's my second home. That's where I'm at right now.
That's good, pimp. What's going on with you?
Man, working, bro. Staying busy with it. Mad hella albums in the tuck. Production, merch. You know what I mean? We just trying to stay busy. Workshops. I mean, youth workshops. So we're pretty much doing a little bit of everything. Just trying to stay busy and keep the momentum moving. You know what I mean?
Whenever you come through here, I always ask you the same question.
Word.
How does these Gully TV appearances work out for you, man?
Man, it's gold. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, cause me, I don't really boast a lot about what I do. I let my work speak, and I let the supporters, you know what I mean, also, counteract what I'm spitting. You know what I mean? But Gully TV first showed me love on one of his lives. You know what I mean? And that really catapulted what I was doing. You know what I mean? I pulled up, did an interview with Freestyle. And then, since then, I've just been utilizing the momentum to keep going, you feel me?
That joint we did, that Pillmatic freestyle we did in the whip, that shit was fire.
Yeah, for sure.
Niggas be asking me about that in the store to this day, like
Sucker
certain, Boy and shit.
For certain, yeah, that shit was crazy. That joint was crazy. But yeah, just sticking with the pen, you know what I mean? Again, staying focused, it's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? So we not rapping one day and taking a month off. Like, this is every day, you know what I mean? Along with family and things of that nature in regular life, you know what I'm saying? But it's all paying off, you know what I mean?
Last time you came through and shit, you was a solo artist.
Yes, sir.
You returned.
Yes, sir.
As a duo.
Definitely.
Explain it.
Yeah, man.
Nigga.
So me and my guy Aaqil Ali, so this was about 2 years back. We had a lot of mutual people that knew of both of us. At the time, he was, I think he was signed with a label. I'll let him go more into that. And I was independent for the most part. So we met online. We did one joint, and then one joint turned to like 15 records, and we got an album called Dusty Souls. We first met in Miami, and then from there, we just been working ever since. You know what I mean? And we came together, and we formed the collective Dusty Souls. You know what I mean? Based off of the album that we dropped. And again, like I said, we just been putting in work, building with one another, keeping each other up, bouncing ideas, etc. You know what I mean?
Have y'all performed as Dusty Souls yet?
Oh yeah. So we just had a performance at a listening party. That was our first ever performance. But prior to that, we performed. We opened for Conway in Cleveland. We opened for Conway in Miami. Orlando. Ironically, Miami is where we met. So we met in Miami 2001 in December, and we opened for Conway 2002 in Miami. And then we did Miami, Florida, and Orlando, Florida.
Thousands of miles away from home,
Yes,
chasing.
sir. Yes, sir.
Chasing.
Yeah.
And y'all collided and shit.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Right.
One thing about those road trips and shit like that, it's a filter.
For sure.
It's a filter.
Real
You
shit.
don't see who the professionals are.
That's what I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas could talk that shit on Instagram all day, and
Word.
nigga, if you ain't making the road trips and you ain't showing
You got
up.
to. You gotta get out the house. And me, like I'm real to myself. I'm chill, but I know that I gotta make that sacrifice to be able to live the life that I'm, looking to chase. You know what I mean? For the generational wealth, and everything that I'm aligning myself with.
Right.
So the Dusty Souls project, who did the production? You?
So we had various production on this one. It was like 16 songs, bro?
Yeah, we did 60. So what we did was we aligned up. So he already had like producers that he was rocking with. And then I had like a handful of producers I was rocking with. So we said we're gonna get 16 songs and get a producer for each different joint. So we had got Perp Dog Beats. He produced for Drake
From Albany, yeah.
The whole he was like a producer who kind of like, again, was fucking with YNX.
Yeah.
We did a song and he liked me. You know what I mean? And kind of
like I said, just bouncing off each other. You know what I mean? Throwing alley oops.
we got CG Green. He does a lot of shit for Westside Gun.
Right.
Jamar Johnson.
Jamar Johnson. He's cooking up. He do a lot of stuff. Who else? Goddamn.
Thugsman.
Thugsman.
Freak Thugsman.
That's like a Buffalo legend.
Yeah, he's from Buffalo.
Right,
He do a
yeah.
lot of production in Buffalo.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Castle Beats.
Yeah, Castle
Castle
from
Beats.
Buffalo as well. So a
Yeah.
lot of different, various producers.
Mm-hmm.
My next album, though, I'm fully producing. You know what I mean? It's called, it's a part 2 of my previous album titled Messages and Money.
Right.
This one is titled Messages and Time, pretty much to represent the time is money. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's what I've been locked in now. But he got mad albums in the tuck. I got mad albums in the tuck that's already done. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just rigging.
You know what I like about the music that I heard?
Yes, sir.
And seeing y'all in person. Y'all
Definitely.
actually look like y'all music and shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of murder, drug
Exactly.
content and all of that.
Exactly.
More so art. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Lyricism and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Definitely. Yeah, we like to definitely pride ourselves on passing that message because we got enough of that music out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you get to a certain point in age and you got kids that's listening to your music, I mean, I should sit with my daughter, we listen to my music. My son be putting people into my music, so it's like I want to be able to leave that, you know what I mean, impression on them so they can actually listen to it and understand.
I try to be like that bridge because I make a lot of like different type of music as far as more aggressive, but I'm more like that median. Half of my friends that did Fed Time, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like more so I try to be like the messenger for them. You know,
Right.
all my friends locked up.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? So I try to be that medium so they can express themselves. You know what I mean? You know how it is. A lot of men, we ain't
Right.
trying to be vulnerable and shit.
Right.
right. When y'all look at yourselves, you know, of course, y'all a duo. Have y'all been inspired by any duos that came out before y'all?
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Definitely, you know, Meth and Redman. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
always, you know what I mean? Meth was like my favorite rapper growing up. Their continuity in their relationship,
Definitely.
you know what I'm saying? And the fact that, you know, Redman would still do his own thing, his solo thing. You know, he held his own. Meth still did his thing, but when they got together, that was like, it was special. So that's kind of how me and YNX did it. We kind of been performing together, doing shit together.
Yeah.
But then we just started seeing like our continuity. You know, we performed a lot, so we starting to go doing different shows, and we just seeing the reaction. And when we together on songs, you know, so we said, you know what, fuck it.
And the chemistry, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? The chemistry is there. I talked to Aaqil a lot because, again, like I said, he was in a different element of the music because he was signed to a label.
Right.
So he tell me, yo, a lot of these niggas that got music together, they don't even like each other personally.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I let him
I
go
know,
with,
like,
you know what I mean? His
the ends
history of the music.
No, I understand that. I've seen
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Every hidden competitions and
Yeah,
shit.
real
like that.
shit.
You know what I
Real
mean? I don't. Those some ugly character defects,
it's
man.
It's not good.
I mean,
That's
if I got my hand on it,
Mm-hmm.
man, I want it to be good, man. I want you to get off and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want the best for the whole situation and
Right.
shit. You know what I mean?
And you know that go into Gilly? Because you're a sports dude. Sports dudes that get into music normally come into it with a team-oriented mentality because you want to win a championship.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So me
sure.
playing football, I want you to be better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to win regardless. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, so,
We
you
got
know.
that ultimate goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure.
No doubt. Recently, online, there's been a lot of, I don't know, toxic shit going on, a lot of back and forth.
There's a lot of different elements.
In regards to music content, where you got D1 pointing out, I don't know why he singled out, well, I do know why he singled out 3 particular artists. It's because of their influence.
Right.
But D1 singled out, you know, people's messages conveyed through music. What y'all think about that?
I feel like, to be honest, because I've definitely heard a few of the interviews and he's talking about like I think he said Meek Mill is confusing people. Like 1 minute he's doing one thing and then I understand like the contradiction portion of it, but you gotta let people. It's a business at the end of the day too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like they just doing what's gonna get them that bread. I think they put too much emphasis on hip hop. Like Denzel Washington, the character he played in Training Day. You know what I mean? They not looking at like, yo, Denzel Washington, you played that dude in Training Day and you messing up the hood like everybody want to be that character now. They got to understand that music is just an entertainment and nothing more, none less. I think they put too much emphasis and they don't look at the other variations of entertainment, wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, it's all just entertainment at the end of the day. That's how I feel about it.
Right. That's funny that you mentioned wrestling. That was a
Yeah.
great comparison because
Right.
wrestling is violence.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, and the kids go to see wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you take the kids with no problem to see wrestling. But like it all comes down to, you know what I mean, how you structure your home. Like, I mean, you got more effect on your children than the music does. You know what I mean? Like you just pretty much whatever you consume yourself with, whether you're a child or an adult, that's what's gonna follow you in life.
Right. They had at a point in time, everybody bought actual hard copies and CDs, tapes, and shit like that. They had parental advisory stickers, so they was able to kind of filter it. But now the internet,
everything
is just out there and shit. So there's no way of really policing this shit.
Sure, not at all.
But yeah, it is a contradiction. Whereas the sneaker was promoted by prison reform, and then you turn around and say, you know, talk about violence in his music. I look at it from both perspectives.
Right, me too.
Them niggas, they gonna rap about what they rap about, I guess. The music sounded good to me and shit. I liked the song. I liked the freestyle and everything and shit. But I tried to make a Snapchat video using that Kobe and Shaq. I couldn't do it because none of the stuff everything that they was talking about in the song, it's not consistent with who I am and shit. Like,
that makes sense too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
that
like
makes a lot of sense too. That's a good perspective.
So yeah, I couldn't do it. Right. Prior to getting down with YNX, what type of solo catalog did you have?
So my career was weird. So boom, I had a couple projects. I had a boom bap project called Time Is Everything. So I got introduced into a link. So basically, I was with this dude named Carter P. He was rapping during the golden era with like Lady Heroin and Queen Heroin and the Juggernauts and a lot of people like that. So he's from my hometown. So he said, "Yo, bro, you in the wrong lane," because I was just making any type of music. So he structured me and put me in the vinyl lane with a dude named DJ Parental. So I did that album. That was my first vinyl project. That did pretty well. Okay. I was selling the vinyls, and that let me know like people were still buying physicals or shit.
Right.
I was at Gorilla Groove's radio, and then I met a dude named G4 Jag. I met G4 Jag there. He seen I had my vinyls. He see I had my shit together. So he said, "Look, I'm about to introduce you to more so like the underground lane. You need to be in this lane." Yeah. So he grabbed me up for a minute, put me under the wing, and then I curated this project named Dirty Spirits. I brought you actually a copy, just to, some. And it got Planet Asia, Mussolini, G4 Jag, Shayna Ashley. And it did very well. It was like my introduction to, So it did very well, and then so I had that going, and then I had a joint called the SOC, which was done with this group from Germany. So I had a couple projects, and I had singles and shit like that. Right. I was more so really traveling a lot. I was on tour. I was with Lord Ma for a little minute. I was fucking with Flea Lord and them. I was like the conscious rapper over there. Right. Moving, networking, ripping and running. Shout to them. Shout to Doe Networks. You know what I'm saying? So I was learning the game. Fleet would have me next to him a lot, so I'm learning, a lot of little different dynamics and shit. But Fleet was always preparing me to do things on my own. You know what I mean? To kind of branch off, because he always felt like I could kind of do my own thing. You know what I mean? So I did that, and then when I bumped into him, you know what I mean? I seen he was holding his own, doing his thing, navigating from Buffalo, easy to work with. He had his resources, I had my resources. He would have shows, and he could have easily went and did. He would have shows, 8-minute, 9-minute, 12-minute shows, out of town that he could have easily did on his own. Yo, big bro, I want you to we out. So he was throwing me a lot of alley-oops. I started to throw him alley-oops, so it was just kind of natural, right, for us to really align. And then shout out to you too, because I ain't gonna hold you. For the last couple of years, I've been tuned into your show. I got a real feel for, you know what I mean? Not, I wouldn't say for who you are, but just more for you're a stand-up dude. Bullshit, you gonna stand on it. But when it comes to the hip-hop shit, this is outside of the sports, this is something that you've really been cultivating for a while. So watching you and P.A. Dre and all y'all, Pillmatic, you know what I mean? Me on the outside, I'm like, damn, I want to be on that shit. But at that time, I didn't know, I didn't, but I'm just admiring it. Then when I seen you linked up with him, that shit was dope. Right. The organic love that you gave him, you don't just be liking just anybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't. You know what I mean? So I knew at that point, and then how I met P.A. Dre, just organically and knowing how y'all in the same camp. You know what I mean? And then, so it's just, for me, I walk with the universe. That's kind of how.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened organically.
Yeah. You said your first joint went straight to vinyl. Yeah, is that what you said?
Yeah, my first ever album called Visions of a Lost King. I sold it off my website, and that let me know that, Cause people was buying the shit, you know what I mean? This one I was just rough, you know, wasn't even mixed all the way good, but people was just like, so?
Right.
So I started seeing other artists who had 50K followers, they didn't resonate to people.
Right, that's something too.
It wasn't resonating with people, so I'm seeing, so I'm like, but I'm coming out with anything, and people just like, so I said, you know what, I'm about to start, like, so when I met Carter P and did the Time Is Everything, that was like my first time really putting a project together, and then it was just, I was seeing the reaction from that. And I did a lot of showcases. I would do open mics, go to Harlem, go to Brooklyn. So I would like, I knew I had to get better. So I took that shit serious. You know what I mean? So I knew, and then I moved to, so this was the kicker. I went to school up here in Buffalo. So then I started coming back and forth to Buffalo. So me and YNX, we met in Miami, and then I ended up moving to Buffalo. So now I'm right next to him now. And then then I ended up having a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a beautiful daughter up here, because I've always been coming back for like the last 20 years. So the way everything just started to happen, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that's kind of like how it happened with me. And then you know, doing my shows, and he's doing his shows, and just earning my keep to a point where I say, you know, I can do this shit on my own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know how to move. I know how to book my own shows. I sell my own merch, press my own shit, own embroidery machine.
Yeah. You know what I mean? In the underground, let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So where's the Dusty Souls project available at?
So it's we got physical copies, and it's also streaming on all media platforms, Apple Music, Spotify. You know what I mean? And we about to do another Dusty Souls album, because we just about to pretty much flood it. So he got individual projects, I got individual projects, and we gonna drop the joint stuff simultaneously, and it's just gonna be like a big rollout basically.
Yeah, I got some shit with Static, Spunk Bigger. I don't know if you're familiar with Spunk Bigger. P.A. Dre. We just finished up a nice, beautiful Nina Simone inspired album. You know what I mean? And then because I feel like, you know, when you underground, you gotta work a little bit more. Like, we're not mainstream. You know, I always tell my friends, who do we think we are? And it don't mean you gotta just put out music without a strategy, but you gotta just be like, I'm prepared for this fourth quarter to finish out strong, drop another project in December, then first quarter gonna come, and then you just go all the way throughout the whole year. So we prepared for like the whole year.
Yo, you know the vibes. Uncle Ralph McDaniels, Video Music Box, Lord Nez in the building.
Yeah, Queens get the money, baby. Shout out to Gully TV, man.
Gully TV.
How you say get your